This is part 7 of the Super Ghouls and Ghosts tutorial, and this is a pretty straightforward stage, I guess. We're just gonna start rolling here. We can just do a forward jump here, 1, 2. We'll just walk past the pillar and do a double jump. We're gonna land up here. Just do a jump and kill the first, or the top, the blue killer. And fire a couple of daggers on the way down, in case the bottom one. This guy, of course, all these guys are super unpredictable, so he might just go up here, but our daggers will catch him if he does that. And then kill him, like that. So, the way these birds work is that when you do a jump, they'll get like activated, and we'll do a dive like after a random amount of time. So that's why we have to do this jump here. Like this jump is what triggers the bird to do his dive. We'll just sit here and wait for him to do his dive, and we'll jump. And another thing that's important to know about these birds is that the neck, even if you kill the bird, let's say you kill the bird right here, the neck will still be deadly here. So if you did your second jump after killing the head, you could still get hit by the neck. So be careful about that. Mostly applies to if you don't have gold armor here, anyway. But what we can do here, we can jump into this wall, fire a dagger, and then do our double jump. And that will get rid of the small guy in the wall there, which is pretty good. So we don't have to wait for him to do stuff. Here we'll just do a jump and just mash the fire buttons and kill the bird. Here we want to make sure to fire a dagger here, because this guy can do a swoop immediately here. So we have to fire a dagger here before we jump, and then we'll kill him if he does nothing. And with this jump we have triggered the bird to the right. You can just sit here and wait for him to extend. And when he extends, we'll jump towards him, fire dagger and double jump to kill the small guy in the wall. Just skip past that bird. Here we'll just kill this. Now you can jump over this bird, but I can't get it to work very consistent, and it's not that much faster, so I highly recommend to just kill this bird. Yeah, basically. So we'll charge our magic, and me skipping this chest trigger is just accidentally, basically. Doesn't matter. Just keep moving, kill the Reamer. Here we can charge new magic, just walk a little bit to the right, cast magic, and we'll get rid of the bird. And then just kill the bird in some way. I like to just put some daggers at him. Now there's actually two interesting things here to mention. So let's get the rectangle tool here and draw here. So there's supposed to be a chest trigger right about here, but it doesn't spawn for me, and I'm not quite sure why. My best guess is that there's too many active objects right now on the screen. So the way you can make sure that it will appear is if you touch this trigger and kill the chest that will appear. If you do that, the chest up there, the trigger is pretty much guaranteed to appear. But yeah, just so we're aware of that. And here's the only other difference I know between the US and JP versions. So let's say I've been closer to this wall now. It will already crumble like by the time I reach it, but let's say I was closer to the wall. Now in the Japanese version, as soon as this wall, the first like pillar here, crumbles, nothing of these walls here exist anymore. This is like basically an open corridor right now. But in the American version, these two pillars are still solid actually. But I mean, the time difference isn't huge. You're gonna bump into this wall for a little while, and then as soon as it crumbles, you can walk through it again. So, but yeah, that's the only other difference I know. Interesting. So here again, we'll just climb this part. I like to do it, just stand somewhere in the middle. Doesn't really matter that much. Stand somewhere in the middle here. between the edge and the mimic. Just do a straight jump to the right, and you can just do 2 left jumps. I will say that doing like it this way will work like 95% of the time, but I've had it fail and fall into the mimic. So if you really want to make sure you won't do that, you can, for example, just walk so you stand like here in the middle again, and then we'll just do like what we did before, like a straight jump up and to the side, and that will get you up for sure, but this will more often than not work, basically that. And from here we can do like a jump up here, and what you can look for example, you only need to walk to the edge and do a double jump, and it will work out most of the time, but you can see slopes in this game seems to be made something like, well, it's a slope to begin with, but at the edge here it's exaggerated, it's gonna go down and then a slope again. So you can see when I move here, or maybe it's a bit tough to see maybe, but I walk here and then suddenly I like sink down into the ground and start walking up again, and as soon as I do that I can do my double jump and reach up. And then we're gonna fight Astaroth. Just like last time, we're gonna do exactly the same thing as in stage 6, so if you want to know the details of that, you should check out that video for stage 6, but basically we're gonna wait for our audio cue, release magic, lock him in place, and release another magic cast, and we're done with that guy. Now, for this guy, it doesn't really matter all that much what we do. The basic thing to know here is that he will take 2 dragons and roughly 9 daggers, depending on if they're charged or empowered or not, but roughly 9 daggers. So what I like to do here is stand in front of him and crouch here, release magic just as soon as he's gonna get vulnerable. If you don't have a good feeling for when he's gonna get vulnerable, you can just wait for him to stop blinking before you shoot your magic. And now I'm holding down left here. So here's another thing to note here. You can see I'm not charging a new magic, even though we want to do 2 magic casts. And that's because, like I mentioned on stage 5, that when you hold one of the fire buttons and press the other, some weird things can happen. And this is extremely apparent on Neberoth for whatever reason, I don't know. If I would hold my fire button here, like after a few dagger throws, either my D-pad or my fire button would get locked out pretty much like every time. So that's why I'm not doing it already. So I can see here after my magic cast, I'll just look for when I'm ducking so I know I can move again. Just do a double jump away. 1, 2, 3 daggers, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here I'm charging this magic here. Now I'm charging magic with this cast here. So that's dagger 7, 8 and 9, but I miss 1 dagger here. And then of course this is a bit risky, I will say. So you can see here I shoot my magic and he starts walking away. Now I'm lucky he's just walking into the wall, so it hit. But if you want to really make sure you'll hit your dragon, just wait for him to stop. And preferably also start shooting his fire, because he's gonna be busy with that for a while, so we can easily land a shot if he does that. And since I missed 1 dagger, I'll have to throw 1 more. And that's pretty much it. Just be aware of the holding 1 fire button and pressing the other, and just do something. Hit him with 2 magic casts and then 9 daggers roughly. There's another popular start to this fight is that as soon as you kill this guy, you walk over roughly to here, roughly. So you can see, so you only can see like his arm, maybe a little bit more there. And then like wait for like, I don't know, half a second, or a second at most, and release the magic, and it's gonna hit somewhere like, the dragon's gonna pass by like here. So he's gonna spawn in it and walk in it. It does the exact amount same damage, but it's a pretty easy, like, you don't have to do a very precise timing to hit him that way. But what I like about sitting close to him here is, like, you can see what it's doing here. It seems that if you sit in front of this guy, like lock him in place, he gets really confused. So you can see he just walks forward and does nothing for a while. Then he takes like half a step back and starts shooting fire. He walks into the wall, and then walks into the wall again. So he's really confused about where we are right now. And if you would be standing back here and releasing the magic this way, he doesn't get as confused. So what he can do, for example, is just walk over here and start shooting fire down here and just zone us out. So that's what I like about sitting close to him. And I mean, that's basically all there is to this stage. It's not very difficult actually, but we can look at what we can do in case we enter the stage with steel armor, or if we even lose armor on the stage actually here. So let's see if we can just have this graphic up, I guess. So I forgot to have the chest reveal boxes active here, the visual thing. But you can just take a step back here in the beginning and do a forward jump and we'll reveal the first chest. We can just fast forward a bit here. So I play this part really aggressive to intentionally lose armor here. We'll just go here. Now, if you had armor, this is of course, this is chest 2. So we would get our green armor here. And then we can just walk into this wall and do a double jump to the left. And this is of course, we would have green armor, and this is just 3 in case we didn't lose armor on the stage. So we will get back our gold armor here, no problem. But if you lost armor during the stage here, during the climb, we can still save this actually. So we'll get past this reamer somehow. Either you can just fire some dagger at him, and then walk down here and slowly walk away, dodge a swoop. Or you can do something like this, and I can't really promise this will work every time, because I don't know how fast the guy will like swoop. They can swoop pretty fast, I think. So you can try this out if you want to, but I can't guarantee it will work basically. Just walk into the wall or something and dodge him. And this is, so here's chest 4. We'll get our armor here. And it should be noted here that this is chest 2, and this is chest 3. So they're like in reverse order here. But of course, chest 2 is closest to us, which is pretty good, because this is the green armor here. So we'll get our green armor. And then, of course, with green armor, chest 3 is gold armor. So we can still recover here. It's just a bit more. If you lose armor, it's a bit difficult since we have to like dodge the reamer for a while. But it's not that bad actually. Just open this and then kill him with a dragon. And that's the recovery basically. So it's really easy. Can be pretty handy. And that's pretty much it for this stage. So we've covered the entire first loop, which is the biggest part of the game, I guess. I'll probably do some videos just quickly going over the difference in loop 2. And then of course stage 7 with the bracelet, which is like 50% of the game. Because the final Astaroth and Naggaroth battle is like impossible. And then we have of course Sardius, but yeah. That's pretty much it for this video. So if you have any comments, just fire away, and I will see you guys next time.